Hey everyone, it's R. How's it going? So on the 24th, I went to Victoria for top surgery, consult at least, and it was pretty great. I still managed to show up about 30 minutes late despite being there like 2.5 hours early. But I show up and like I was like, hey, I'm Riot. I'm here for it to see a doctor and Dr. Taylor and pretty much the receptionist was like, okay, you can take a seat and I'll have you fill out this paper. Essentially, they like ask questions like that, and like if you have diabetes, cholesterol, and whatnot, medications, if you smoke, drink, when the last time you drank was, and whatnot, or whatever, like last time you smoked or something. And then after that, like after I filled it out, I was brought to an office, or more of a medical room. Waiting to see Dr. Taylor. He came in and we talked a bit. He like asked me, I got a note from your doctor about wanting surgery. I was like, yeah, like I remember. Like he's like, how long have you felt this? So I was like, I remember being like a kid, like not feeling comfortable and whatnot. But then like puberty hit and things started to grow and made things like really awkward, and like and whatnot. So and then after that, we talked a bit, and then he's like, I want you to change into this gown. If you've ever been to a hospital, you'll wear one of these. It was whatchamacallit. At first, it was a pink gown. I wouldn't have cared if it was a pink gown. Pink. Nobody's gonna see me in it, but this doctor and like a surgeon, the surgeon and his receptionist. Like I didn't consent to. Oh, the other thing is you have to like also consent or not consent to, like the pictures that are taken to be used like elsewhere. But I'll go into like more detail about that. But after I switched into the gown, the receptionist and the person she was training, I guess, or that was taking over her position, was also in this living room as well, and she was pretty much like the main receptionist. She was like checking my whatchamacallit. She took pictures. So the first picture was like I had to hold the gown open like this, so like at the front. If I'm not mistaken, they just made sure to get just like the chest, not like the face or anything, just like the shoulders and the chest. And then you got one picture on or whatever on the right side and the picture on the left side, so that they could, for like reference, so they're able to see, where the lines are gonna go and everything. And so pretty much after that, I'm sitting on the table and they did measurements, so like how big or how much skin they needed to take or whatever, or like how much skin I had and whatnot. So after that, I still sat in this gown and waited for Dr. Taylor. And Dr. Taylor came in, and he, which I'm pretty sure is obviously standard. He goes and he's like, do you have any like? He asked me this particular question. I forget what the word was. I think it was like, was it inflammation? I don't know. He asked me if there's like, let's just say inflammation. He's like, yo, do you have any inflammation or whatever in your breasts? And I was like, no, not that I'm aware of, or anything, with your breasts that you're aware, or anything that with your breasts. He's like, I don't really know, nothing I'm aware of. And then so he checks, so he like rubs, or not necessarily rubs. That'd be weird. He feels the breast. Each breast. That's what he kind of thing, just to double check and make sure that there's any complications or anything with my breasts prior to top surgery. But of course, he will do that again when I get surgery. But he did that, and then we were talking about a few things like the options like keyhole and double incision. And prior to him finishing up, like he whatnot, he's like, there's a good chance it's gonna be a double incision because of the size of your breasts. Like, if they were smaller, you could hold probably, I'm pretty sure he's like, if they were a bit smaller, we could probably do like keyhole, but because of the size of my breasts, I can't do keyhole. And keyhole is literally the one that like, there's gonna be little to no scar kind of thing. Like they pretty literally take the breast and they shrink it, not necessarily shrink it, but they cut it and whatnot, and they take the fat out or whatever, and then sort of bring it together. Um, and so, I mean, it's possible for me to get keyhole, but I won't be like pleased with it or whatever because of the fact that like the amount of skin that they would have to cut off and everything like that just wouldn't go together, I guess, if that makes sense. Like I would not be pleased with like having like wrinkles on my around my areola and whatnot or on my breast. So like I'd rather have. So I mean, if the double incision is the best option, the double incision it is. So I changed back into my shirt and binder. He came back in and we talked more. He's like, you're gonna be getting double incision. We get into more depth about like the keyhole and the options and whatnot. And he explained to me that like with whatchamacallit, because of the breast, like I said, the size of my breast, I have to get not keyhole, double incision, which means I'm gonna be having the scars under my breast, under it, instead of like right here, I mean, so that's positive. Like, although the shitty part about it is I can't have my shirt off for like a year. I can't have direct sunlight for like a year. And then, so when we were talking about like options and everything, like that's when it like really like started getting to me because it was like, shit, this is actually happening. Like, I was late for my appointment and I was telling a friend that I was like, I was like, I low-key wanted to just call and like, just be like, fuck it. Just be like, fuck it, call it off. I'm like, fuck it, I'm done. I can't find this place. I give up. I was just going to come back home and be like, screw it, like, there's no point. I can't find this place. How am I going to find it, like, for the actual surgery, like, and so instead of actually being like, screw it, I was like, I've come this far and I gotta go to the surgeon's office. Like I'm so close by. Like I literally needed to take one bus, like 5 stops or whatever, like 10 stops or something like that. So I was on the bus for like 5-10 minutes or something, 5-10-15 minutes trying to find this place, and I was running and everything just trying to find this place. So like I'm glad I went and like stuck to going to the appointment because like I would have honestly regretted it. Like I know it would have. Like that's what I was thinking about was like the amount of opportunities I've had and like I've had quite a few opportunities to do things, and unfortunately, like whatchamacallit, my headspace, for example, had gotten in the way and I wasn't able to do it, or like my anxiety, like it was just really bad. It's just like it was like there and it was like really bad and high and like whatnot, and so it's not oftentimes I find myself or like a lot of times I find myself backing out of things instead of like taking that risk and like going for it or whatever. But as of late, I feel like on hormones, because I'm on hormones, I have more confidence that I feel like I'm willing to take more risks and whatnot, and just like I guess ignore my own emotional and mental well-being because of the fact that there's an expectation and I'm not like there's unrealistic expectations placed on me as a trans masculine person viewed as male, that I'm not emotional or anything. So I have to find myself, like, as of late, I've been finding myself putting myself through things more than I need to, kind of thing. But I'm getting better, and top surgery's coming up soon. So after talking to Dr. Taylor in his office, I went back out to the front, talked to his receptionist, got this package. It was like 3 pages. And it's pretty much like post-op care and like questions, like answers that you could for questions that you possibly have. And so pretty much for me, I'm gonna be out there for like a week. Although I'm hoping I can come back to my own place here where I live and stay here like a few days after and maybe get the drains out from my endocrinologist and whatnot if she's okay with doing it. Of course, I have to ask for her consent first. I don't want to be like, let's, not schedule, a post-op date, schedule appointment with so-and-so. But, anyways, I got this form, these papers, and the receptionist was like, yeah, I think, when I will be getting a call or whatever for surgery. And she's like, you're going to be getting a call by like April or May for it. Like, I got my referral was approved in October of last year, and then was sent to Dr. Bowman's office, and Dr. Bowman's office called me in May, got my referral, transferred to Victoria and whatnot. So because of the fact, like, if because they already had a consult, though, like, I'm not mad. Like, at least I saw it. I got to see a surgeon for consult. So I mean, that's great. Like, and I'm gonna be getting it in like less than like 6 months, maybe 6 to 8 months. So sweet. And so pretty much he's just going through the list to like clear some people from it who aren't gonna be able to, who aren't getting it and anymore or whatever, like canceled and whatnot. So pretty much I am like, yeah, top surgery. So April or May, I am looking to be getting a call for surgery or sooner. Like, I'm most likely sooner though, and I'm most likely gonna be getting it in like April or May. I've also realized my camera hasn't been like straight or whatever, but that's okay. So, anyways, if you can donate to my GoFundMe page, share the link around, comment, like, subscribe, everything. I love you.